Okay, just finished our second scrimmage. Obviously, we did it at nighttime because we're playing our first game at 8 o'clock against CU in the showdown. I thought it was a good night. I thought we got a lot of plays in. A lot of people got a lot of good work. We got a lot of good stuff on tape that is going to help with teaching and help make our decisions moving forward. I thought there were ups and downs for both sides tonight. I thought the defense had a really, really good night, creating 4 turnovers, 2 in the overtime period. The one defense had a pick, and who ran that back? Muhammad Kamara? Logan Stewart. Logan Stewart ran it back, and then the second with the 2s, Muhammad Kamara recovered a fumble. Okay, so the defense was able to win the game by securing a turnover. Defense got a stop in 1 minute. Dejon Owens made a big hit on Trey McBride that caused an interception where Ellison Hubbard picked it off, covering down. There was one more that I can't, remember right now. There was a lot of plays that we ran. The one offense was up and down, did some good things. Marvin Kinsey ran extremely hard. Our receivers did a pretty good job. Colin had a pretty good day. He had the 2 picks that he'll be upset about. That those happen. But overall, our defense was swarming. 2 offensive line and 3 offensive lines having a hard time blocking these guys, so it was a rough night for those guys. But it's like I told the guys, there's a lot of stuff on tape. The guys are playing hard. Now we got to learn from that stuff, and we got to get better next week before we start to work on CU.
What are the things you wanted to work on spring was the missed tackles that you had last year? 2 scrimmages in, are you happy with
Yeah, I think we're tackling well. We're not tackling, as well as I would like yet, but I think we're tackling well, and I think a little bit it has to do with some bad angles by some young guys, in the secondary, causing some missed tackles. But, up front and in the linebacker area, I think we're doing a pretty good job of tackling, but some missed tackles by just angles, I think, more than anything. But, we're improving on that.
You had talked before camp started about after the scrimmage you wanted to maybe start having a pretty good idea of what your depth chart was going to look like. Obviously, you still want guys to compete, but do you have a pretty good idea after this, or do you think you will by Monday?
Well, I think, tomorrow, we're not going to practice tomorrow. They're going to have some treatment and some stuff in the weight room, and we won't meet with them till after 5 o'clock tomorrow. So all day we'll be evaluating the scrimmage. Offense and defensively, and the 2 units that we worked on special teams tonight, KOR and punt. And, we'll start having some decisions, rolling into next week. Sunday will be off for them. So really we have Saturday and Sunday to try to figure out, what direction we're going. And there'll be some guys that aren't quite there yet that we're going to still continue to push. And then again, with the new rule, I think it keeps morale up. You can always encourage guys that there's a chance to play 4 games.
Are you starting to see the benefits that you wanted to see from the work in the weight room translating onto the field?
Yeah, I think so. I think I think they're confident because of the work they put in in the weight room and on the grass as far as the conditioning. They're playing harder with a lot more enthusiasm. I think that has to do with feeling stronger in better condition. But we're a stronger football team. We still need to get stronger up front on the offensive line. And that's not going to happen overnight. That's a continued process that we're still working on. But defensively, I think we've got some strong guys up front. Defensively, that are showing their strengths.
Logan Stewart's name keeps popping up. Has he been pretty consistent through camp?
Yeah, he's been very, very consistent at safety. He understands what we're doing in the system, and he plays hard. He plays extremely hard. He's at about 80% right now, but he wanted to go tonight, and he's a guy that's always around the football. He's a guy that everybody wants on a special team. He's doing a good job.
At what point this week do you start working on CU, or do you use this week still to work on you?
No, it'll be both. It will be both. Monday will be a special teams scrimmage. We'll have some scout work against Air Force to get that on tape and introduced to our guys. And then Tuesday and Wednesday will be camp-like practices with a big chunk of it being CU. Thursday will be off, and then Friday will be like a Monday of game week.
Did you try to kind of follow what game day is going
It best, so there was a,
You had photos this morning, I know.
right, that was a little different, but there was a lot of, there were a lot of sitting around, there were a lot of meetings, there were a lot, there was a walkthrough, then there was rest time, then there was you come eat, then you have some more meetings, then you rest. So it's, it's what we tried to tell them last night, and then again this morning, it's going to be a lot like it is in 2 weeks. It's going to be a lot of, sitting around and meet, and then go back and lay down. So just as much close as we could to what our schedule is going to be like in 2 weeks.
A lot of praise for Warren over the past week. How did he look out there?
He did a great job tonight. I think he might have led the team in receiving tonight again, either first or second. We tried to spread it around a little bit. I took some off of him tonight, rotating some guys in there, but he still, I think he might have had the most catches tonight, him or Dante Wright.
You mentioned a couple times that the tight ends and wide receivers are competing with each other, you said, for reps and what type of sets you guys are going to run. How do either of those groups stood out in the last week?
Yeah, we play all of them, personnel groups, our offense. We will get in multiple personnel groups and hopefully make the defense defend, different things. And I said that earlier, which is true. And then you got a guy like Adam Prentice, who's one of our better football players too, that I don't like taking off the field. Griffin Hammond getting hurt the tight end position a little bit. Gary Williams and Kyle Helbig are still young. They're learning. And then receivers, we've got Warren and Nico's out. E.J. Scott's trying to come back. So we're thin, a little bit thin in those places just because of camp and injury. But I see us being a team that's going to, still play multiple personnel groups. I wouldn't say one group has just taken over and been a dominant force.
Do you like when you go two tight ends, so it's not a dead giveaway to what you play might be because of their versatility?
Yeah, well, when you get, you're in 21, there's some things you can do, but you're in a lot of, true two-back sets. When you get in 12, you can get in more passing strengths and still have, some tight inside running game. So that's why I like 12 a little bit more. But there is something to be said about a two-back running game, in the zones when the insert zones with the fullback are tough to defend. So we just got to get a plan, best personnel, and then a plan for CU how we're going to attack them.
But with Trey and Cameron, though, they can both block, they can both catch. It's not a giveaway if you go that you're leaning run or pass.
Yeah, oh no, it's not. It's not a giveaway because they can line up at receiver. You can line up, wing. You can line up in dot, which is two tight ends on the ball. There's a lot of different things you can do with 12 personnel. You can spread them out, but when you get in 21, you're a little bit more limited than 12. But I feel like both are, do a good job of blocking, and both are good pass catchers.
You talked about Marvin Kinsey having a pretty good scrimmage tonight. You talked a lot about him in the last couple. How'd the other running backs look?
I thought Christian Hunter had a couple nice runs. Marcus had a couple nice runs tonight. Jalen Thomas ran hard, had a nice run or two up the middle. It really was just tough with the if you're with the 2 or 3 line to get really, get back to the line of scrimmage tonight. You had your best chance to run the ball was with the ones, but I feel good about our top 2 and Marvin and Marcus. There's a good competition for the third running back. And that's gonna play itself out after we watch this film and next week. Yeah, we were able to get him in. It was his third day today, so he wore shells out there today. He got in and got a couple plays, and with a red jersey, he wasn't full pads, but he's a big, tall, good-looking receiver. He's trying to get used to the altitude. He's trying to figure things out. We're 2 weeks in on offense, but I like his body. I like his demeanor, and we're going to try to catch him up to speed as fast as we can.